Hi, good afternoon. Anybody here? Anybody here? Yes, you guys are here. Hi, HG Osborne. Thank you very much. Thanks for the congratulations. Hello, be still and know that I am God. Hello, thank you. I'm super excited too. Thank you. Hey, Alexandria the Great. US treated me okay, I guess. I have been here for uh you don't know. I guess 2 whole days now. So, and I got no complaints. So I guess it's all good. And it's still I'm still having good weather, right? It's not like I got here and it's below freezing. So no complaints. No complaints. Hello, Celestia. Hello, Rhonda. Hey, hey, Ruby. Hey, hey, Simone. Okay, so if y'all don't know, we're here because my channel did okay, so we had our 100,000 subscriber party a couple of weeks ago while I was in the Caribbean. I did officially hit 100,000 right after the party, and YouTube sent me here in Delaware to my parents' house my silver play button. The silver play button that YouTube sends to channels who have 100,000 subscribers. I don't think you can read my address, but if you can, just pretend like you can. Okay, so um, so we're going to go ahead and open that up if you don't mind. I feel as a coach, I have to always say this, that 100,000 subscribers is a number. It's just a number. It doesn't mean that my channel is better than anyone's or worse than anyone's. I coach YouTubers. I know for a fact that you don't need a huge number on YouTube to make a huge impact, right? With a person, with a community. So, I'm not, so we're celebrating 100,000 just because it's a good time. It's a good time to celebrate something, okay? Might as well celebrate this. Hey guys, hey everybody. Okay, y'all are here in the middle of the afternoon. Y'all don't have stuff to do? Have we all quit our jobs? Is my work done? I think my work is done. We have all quit our jobs. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna open it up. I don't have there's no fanfare. My mom is downstairs, but there's no like fanfare or anything like that. There's no tape on the box because I've taken the tape off so that you don't have to see me struggle with things. All right, let's see. Let's see what's the best way. Open it like this. Okay. So there is a nice letter from YouTube that I'm probably not gonna read. If each one of your subscribers were a light year, they could take you from one side of the Milky Way to the other. Okay, that's nice. Hello, Milky Way friends. Okay, congrats. It's really long, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. Congratulations on this amazing milestone, just one of many that we hope will follow you in the future. Okay, thanks, YouTube. Signed, Susan Wosicki. I don't know how to pronounce your name, the CEO of YouTube. Thanks, Susan. And then from Society Awards, the company who makes the award. My letter appears to be in Bahasa Indonesia. Salamat atas pencapaian Juma. That looks like Indonesia, Bahasa Indonesia to me, or Bahasa Malaysia. I don't know. Mine is in Malaysian. Okay. Boom! Oh, thing hit my light. Okay, let's see. How do we see this without the reflection? I have an extra light on. Okay, presented to Stephanie Perry for passing 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is the silver play button. Let me get the plastic off. Oh, there's something else in here. Share the recognition. Oh, so I can allow my team to purchase more awards. Okay, thanks, YouTube. All right, let's get it out of the wrapper. Oh, here it is, guys. Silver play button. And you can see reflections. Silver play button. Okay, so this will be on the desk from here until eternity. Yes, all right. So silver play button from YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. I appreciate that. Boom. And thanks you guys for being in the number. Thanks you guys for being part of the community. I appreciate you guys, right? As my mom said, there's no community without you. There's no subscribers without you. So thanks for that. Hey guys. Hey friends. All right. So that's it. That's all I got. So that's it. I wanted to show you the silver play button. It'll be here on the desk from here on in. When I left on Christmas Day. I left Delaware on Christmas Day, and my thing back here is like my clipboard back here is a list of things that I wanted for my YouTube channel. And one of the numbers on there is 70,000 subscribers. So I guess that means when I left on Christmas, I did not yet have 70,000 subscribers. I'm not exactly sure. So that's pretty big. Went from 70,000 from less than 70,000 in December to 101,000 subscribers today. I feel pretty good about that. It means that my YouTube channel is speaking to people, right? I think you didn't ask me for this advice, but I think that some people struggle on YouTube because they don't have a point of view or are afraid to share their point of view. And I have not, pretty much I have not struggled to share my point of view, and I have not been afraid to share my point of view, even when my point of view is really a little out there, right? I think that quitting your job is not an out there point of view, right? I think that that's not, but I have said some things that might be a little bit out there. I'm thinking about my hair in particular, my idea of not taking care of your hair because you don't have to. You don't need healthy hair. You don't need healthy hair to look good, right? That's my point of view. I think that when you are not afraid, no, that's not right. You can be afraid to share your point of view, but when you do it anyway, that's when you really find the people who are into your thing. I think that some creators struggle because they don't want to say anything that might be controversial or that might turn people off. But you've got to turn some people off to get the right people in. If you want the right people in the door, you have to say, here's who belongs here, here's who does not belong here. Black excellence. I think Black excellence is probably one of my most out there opinions as a Black woman. I hate Black excellence, okay? Right? I want to tear down Black excellence. I think that's pretty out there for a woman of my age. Now, maybe women in their 20s have been, whatever. But I'm a Gen X woman. I am, the Black excellence. My parents were the generation of Black excellence, and they raised us to aspire to Black excellence. And so I think that my opinion that Black excellence is killing Black women, I think that that is something that could be seen as out there. But I think that that is a reason that some of y'all subscribed, right? That sentence alone is the reason that some of you subscribed and come and hang out here on this channel when we get together and in person when we get together. That's what I would say to someone who is struggling on YouTube. Get a point of view and then express your point of view. If you don't have a point of view, if your channel is about this and that, and you're into this, you watch Alicia's video on the American Dream and you're making American Dream videos. You watch Adelia's video on dating and now you're making dating videos. You watch my videos on ease and now you're making ease videos. If you are making content only that other creators are making, I think you just need to get your own point of view, right? It's important to make content that other creators are making. I run a whole challenge about it, right? This is how you know what your audience is into. But if all of your videos are what somebody else has already said, this might be why you're struggling. You might need to take some time and get your own point of view. If you don't know what it is yet, it's not your fault. Okay, we are raised and indoctrinated to be busy, to be workers, not to be people who get to sit back and ponder like I do. I be pondering stuff, right? I got theories on stuff because I take time to sit back and ponder things because I don't have a job. So step number one, take a sabbatical. Like for real, like step number one, quit your job. Step number one to growing a YouTube channel, take a lot of time where you don't do things that are related to work. Figure out a way, right? Like we got videos, all of the women who I just named, we have videos on how you can carve some time out of your life, out of your day. Rashida Dow, who Sheeta's on the Loose, Wanda, who is Black Women Travel. We've got videos on how you can do that, okay? Number one, find some time where the time that's not dedicated to work. Number two, do as little as possible, okay? Travel, talk to people, see things. This is where your point of view comes from. Seriously. I'm not kidding, not being funny, not being facetious. This is where the point of view comes from, right? I've told you many a time, I'm not the same person that I was before I quit my job to travel. That's because I got myself a point of view. Some priorities shifted. Some priorities just flat out died on the vine. I just let them die. And then whole new priorities bloomed. And so, back to YouTube. If you're struggling on YouTube, right? If this seems impossible, I started my channel June of 2019. So I'm not even at the 3-year mark. If this seems impossible, and you're making content, you're being consistent, right? Is it possible that you're not saying anything yet because you don't know what to say yet, because you don't know what's your point of view yet? Do you need some free time? I'm always going to advocate for normalized free time. Okay. Hashtag normalized free time. I don't know if I have those t-shirts in my shop. Those were my first shirts that I made, but I made them in a different shop. Look at you can look at I got shirts down here, right? Boycott winter and these jobs ain't loyal. But I don't remember if I have normalized free time shirts, but that was the first shirt I made. I'm always going to advocate for free time. And I think free time is the cure to a lot of what ails us. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. But I think free time is probably the answer. You're not going to ask me too many questions where I'm not going to be like, girl, quit your job, okay? I'll be out here pondering. I'm just pondering. Why do I get so upset by XYZ, right? On Saturday, we talked about a way to know what you prioritize is to look at what really upsets you. Maybe that is because that thing is important to you. Maybe the opposite, I guess, is important to you. So yeah, I'll be out here just pondering, just thinking about things, having thoughts. And then I'll do some digging, some researching. I have time. I have free time. I got free time, okay? I think that's probably the answer to a lot of things. So that's it. I'm just scrolling through the comments. Hey guys, hi friends. So nice to see y'all in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week. Yes, like I'm not kidding, Eugenia. I'll be pondering about me, about other people, about society as a whole. Why do we think this? Why did they tell us that? Right? What am I doing that I did not? I see Cosette. I see your message. What am I doing that doesn't really work for me? And how can I stop doing it? Can I just quit doing this thing? Let's see. All right. So the light is reflecting. Let's see. Can you see it? Can you see my name? I don't know. There you go. I think you can see that. Presented to Stephanie Perry for passing 100,000 subscribers from YouTube. All right. So yes, I just unboxed it real quick because the tape was already off, and it was real quick. Okay, is it real silver? No, it's definitely not because it's very light. Definitely not. It's just silver colored. It's just silver colored. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's my YouTube advice. My shop. It depends on what. Maybe the shop doesn't show up on live streams. I'm sorry. I don't know. If you go to my channel, if you click on my if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a link for shop. You can get stuff there. The money from my from my shop, my merch shop, goes to the Vicarian Sabbatical Fund to fund a sabbatical for a Black woman. Our first recipient will be Maisha Francis, or is Maisha Francis, but will be Maisha Francis. So that she can take a sabbatical and not work, normalize free time, and do the things that she loves and change. Come back a different person, right? That's what a sabbatical is going to do. It's going to make you a different person. Whether you want to become a different person so that you can have a YouTube channel and with a point of view, or just whatever, just so that you can have some time to rest and do nothing, or rest and do the things that you love. Maisha's an artist. She's a painter. Yeah, I'm always going to advocate for the free time because it changed me. It changed me. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So maybe It's not there on live streams. I really don't know. I don't know. I know the shop exists, but I don't know the rules. So it may not show up on live streams until the replay, until they process it and the replay is there. Okay. So thanks, guys, for the congratulations. Thanks for hanging out. But most importantly, thank you for being part of this community. And thank you very much for making progress in your own self, right? I'm glad that you guys are not just here to cheer me on. You're here to change, to grow, to live your dreams. That's what I think, right? That's the point. So 100,000 subscribers means nothing if nothing changes for anybody. But I know things have already changed for some people. Things have already changed for some people. Some of y'all are already out in the world. Some of y'all have already left your jobs when you didn't think you were going to. Some of y'all have already moved abroad when you didn't think it was possible for you. A lot of y'all are already house sitting when you didn't even know that existed. So my work is done. I've done my work. Yeah, I've done my thing. All right, thanks, guys. Silver plated. I don't know how to tell. Is it silver plated? You want me to do some research on it? I don't know how to tell if it's silver plated or not. I don't know. I don't know. It's silver colored. That's all I can tell you. It's silver colored. I don't know if it's silver plated. It's very light and hollow. I don't know. It's more about it's an award. It's not it's not a retirement plan. This is not the path to my yacht. Okay. I'm not going to get a yacht from selling these awards. It's just, a little award, a little something. So I don't know if it's silver plated. I'll Google it and see and let you know. All right. Yeah. So that was my award. I guess that was my award show speech. Please quit your jobs. Get your own point of view. And talk your talk. Go out there and talk your talk. That's my advice for anybody who's like, man, my channel is not doing what this channel is doing or what so-and-so's channel is doing. That's it. All right. I'll be pondering all the time. So I just say them on YouTube. I come to conclusions and I just go out here and say them on the YouTube. And that's that, right? Tamara, am I bored with being stateside already? No. I have an awesome house sit, I think, coming up. I got to talk to her. I got to talk to a potential house sitting client. I'm not going to tell you, but it's a wonderful house sit that I'm super excited about, I think, in the middle of May. And then I'll be probably around the area, maybe house sitting and maybe here just in Delaware until we go to Cancun in the very end of June. How did free time change me? So Halisi, before I had free time, right? Before I had free time, I worked night shift and I didn't do things. I don't do things now, but I worked night shift and I spent all of my own, I guess I did have free time, but I spent all of my free time just fixating on and ruminating over what I didn't have in my life. Right? All I could think about was what I didn't have. I didn't have a family. I never really cared too much that I didn't have a husband, but I didn't like that I didn't have children. I was really upset that I didn't have children. I didn't have money. I made $22 an hour. My mortgage took up one whole paycheck. My mortgage and utilities took up one whole paycheck. So I just spent all of my time thinking about what I didn't have. Didn't have I had friends, but not friends that I saw or talked to. I had people who had been friends in the past, but I didn't have friends. Working nights, some of this was just working night shift, which is really a bad situation. It's just like a never-ending cycle of exhaustion, right? So that was my life. And I used to just think, well, let me just count down. When I get to 65 or 67, I'll retire and then I get to start living. So let me start my countdown now. And so I would just count down. I was 41 when I quit last day I worked. And up until then, I was counting down to 67, just waiting, counting down. Once I took a year off to travel, to see the world, to try new things. I did a little bit of volunteering. I did a little bit of hammocking. I did a little bit of writing. Once I took that year off, I did a little bit of talking to strangers, meeting new people, going out to and experiencing new things. I got to see that I could live a full life at this age. I didn't have to wait until 65 or 67 to live a life. So then I just started saying, okay, well, what do I want in this life? And what do I not want? Right? I didn't want work. I didn't want a job where I had to go and ask for permission to take a vacation, because I've never had a job where where I could buy a plane ticket and know that I was getting on that flight. You know what I'm saying? Even if it meant that I was going to have to call out sick and lie to them about what's happening. I never had a job between the Army, the hospital, the bank. Well, actually, the Army was probably the easiest time. There were, I think with the Army, it was pretty much, here are my days, here are my leave days, except for when I needed like a one-off day. Like I need a day in 2 weeks. That was a problem. But I'm going home for I used to come home for like the month of July, I think, or June. That was no problem in the Army. But anyway, except for my 5 years in the Army, I never had a time where I knew I could travel. And I really like travel. Like I really like it. I really do. It is a priority in my life. And there was a whole priority in my life that my job was standing in the way of. So I knew that after I took this year, I knew that I didn't want to have that kind of job anymore. That's when I started house sitting and became a virtual assistant so that I could work when I wanted to work. So free time changed me just in rearranging, shifting my priorities. Free time introduced me to things that I could do that I didn't know I could do, right? I didn't know. So I knew that I was I don't know. I knew I was a decent writer and speaker because teachers, when I would do something in school, like do a presentation in school or something, teachers would always comment, "Oh, do you want to be a teacher? You're really good at this," So I knew I was good at that, but I didn't know that I was good at learning new things and then teaching those new things. That's one of the first things I started doing as a virtual assistant, right? I learned the importance of a lead magnet or a freebie, and then I went out and started teaching coaches the importance of the freebie so that they would pay me to make their freebies, make their lead magnets, right? But that's something that I learned during that time. I learned that I like to talk to strangers, right? I'm a hermit and I'm a homebody, and I like to be in my house and I like to be alone in the house. But during my sabbatical, during that year of not working, I learned that I also like to just talk to strangers. I don't mind, right? I don't mind. I'm going to sit down here, and if a stranger sits down, we're going to have a little conversation. Or I'm going to wake up and go to breakfast at the hostel and go sit out the communal table and turn to the person next to me and be like, "Hey, what you doing today?" Or what did you see yesterday that I shouldn't miss? That's a question I used to always ask. What have you seen that I need to make sure I see before I leave here? I learned uncovered whole parts of myself. I don't know. Yeah, I think I uncovered them. I don't think they're, well, I don't know. They might be new parts, or they might be parts that just were uncovered, that were covered up before. So it changed everything, in short, right? That free time changed everything. I've never gone back. No turning back. I've not gone back to the person who thinks that my life is just a sum of the things that I don't have. I don't feel that way anymore. So I still count down. I still talk about the things that I want, right? That I don't have in terms of what do I still want. I don't have a yacht. I want a yacht, right? Like I have a 10-year yacht plan. I want to adopt. I've talked about the things, but I don't feel like my whole life is just all of the things that I'm missing. Changed everything. So the answer is everything. Free time changed everything for me. Changed my relationship with my family, my parents, right? Went from being people who I didn't really know, who didn't really know me, right? I don't think most people really know their parents. I don't think, unless you spent time with them as an adult in the house, like a significant amount of time with them as an adult. Because even though I've lived here off and on since then, still, we went on vacation together last year, and I was like, these people what is going on? I've been living with these people for months, for weeks and months at a time. And still, we went on vacation together last year. And I was like, what? Who are these people? So I got to know my parents as adults while they're healthy and mostly in their right minds. Hey, Connie Perry. Changed everything. There's no part of my life that hasn't changed. Right? And it opened up a world of opportunities and possibilities that I just wouldn't have been able to say yes to, even if they had presented themselves to me. Opened me up to new relationships and new friendships and new partnerships and new businesses and new everything, right? None of this would exist if I hadn't first quit my job. None of this would exist if I hadn't said, I'm going to spend a whole year not working, even on $22 an hour, right? None of this would exist. So everything. Halisi, the answer is changed everything. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's free time all the time. All right. Hey, Radical Health Series. Yes, if you want to contribute to the no, it's not called Black. It's called the Vicarian Sabbatical Fund. Become a Patreon patron. Are you supposed to say Patreon patron? Become a patron on Patreon. Y'all know what I'm saying. That is one way to give to the fund, right? Buying the merch is another way. These dollars go to the Vicarian Sabbatical Fund. Okay, Patreon link is patreon.com/vicarious. I don't know about well over, but we're over 100 patrons. And they get together and do stuff. They do things. They have accountability sessions. They have one today. I probably should have checked the time because it might be now. I probably should have checked that before it went live here to make sure I wasn't stepping on their time. They do accountability calls themselves. Everybody, women working on things. Everybody's doing some sort of thing. And they do accountability sessions together. I join in when I want to, but I don't want to go to an accountability session every day. I don't want accountability every day. I want free time. Okay? Normalize free time. Hi, Gwendolyn. My mom I think I've told you this before. My mom had a very good friend named Gwendolyn Davis. How do you get over the fear? You don't get over the fear. You just keep the fear with you and do whatever it is that you're afraid to do. Yeah. If you wait until you're not afraid to do something new, you're never going to do it. Because there's no way to become unafraid of something until you do it, right? So how you get over the fear is you do the thing. Do the thing that you're afraid to do, right? And then that fear will shrink. And then you'll do something new and the fear will, boom, blow up again and shrink, right? We're in a constant state of, I'm afraid to do this thing. Oh, no, now it's no big deal. Now I'm afraid to do this new thing. Oh, now, no, that is no big deal. I think one of my best qualities is that I'm okay doing things that I'm afraid to do. I don't mean everything. There are things that I'm afraid to do that I'm like just letting the fear stop me, right? So I'm not saying that. But for the most part, I think I'm okay with being afraid and still doing it. Being sweaty, right? My knees knocking and still doing it because I know it's going to be worth it. And like if you're talking about the fear of quitting your job, like just get your plan together. Sometimes when you start getting your stuff together, you realize that you're living the worst case scenario, right? If your fear is that you're going to quit your job and things aren't going to work out and then you're going to have to go back to work, right? You're living the worst case scenario already. Right? Once you realize that you're living the worst case scenario, it's easier. The fear that is also a help. That it will also help shrink that fear. Yeah, come up with a plan A, and come up with a plan B and C. Okay, plan C may very well be go back to work. Okay, that's the worst case scenario, right? Okay. Yeah, we do things when we're afraid to do them, and then at the end, we're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Or maybe that was really bad. Okay. Either way, you made it. You survived. And then you do it again. I really am proud of that thing that I can be afraid to do something and still do it. Right? I remember putting in my 2 weeks notice at my last, or not the last job. So the last job, it was really easy to quit because I was only there for 90 days. But the job before that, the job that I had before I took my sabbatical, the day I was supposed to give my 2 weeks notice, I was afraid. And so I didn't do it. And so I had to give my 2 weeks notice the next day. I gave them like 6 weeks notice actually because they had a weird scheduling system, hospitals. But yeah, I was afraid. And then I remember being really afraid getting on the plane. My parents dropped me off at the airport. My mom told you her and my dad cried. I don't remember them. I didn't see them cry, but I was afraid, right? This is scary. I was flying to Japan and then to Malaysia. I don't speak either one of those languages. It's scary. Scary things are scary, but you don't have to wait until you're not scared to do them. You come up with come up with some plans. I'm not advocating for you to jump and leap and the net will appear is kind of what I've done, because I'm now in the net that I did not anticipate. I never anticipated YouTube being my thing and coaching being my thing. I didn't anticipate that. So it kind of was a leap and the net will appear, but actually it was a leap because you have a plan. But I just ended up on a different plan. You know what I mean? I had a plan, A and B and C, right? A, my plan was the virtual assistant work. B, my plan was something else. Teaching English online was my B plan B. C, go back to a pharmacy, right? Simple plans, right? So I feel like I don't know that. I feel like there was an actual question. How do you get over? I think, yeah, how do you get over the fear? Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to get over it. So there are some things that the Army taught me, and that's one of the things that the Army taught me. I feel like if people could figure out how to if people could figure out how to charge you to go to boot camp, more people should just go to boot camp, because that was a really valuable lesson that we lived every day. Every day. You are terrified. Every night I went to boot camp at basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and it was hot. We left in July. We started in July, And so every night we would get information. We'd have a canteen of water, and we'd have to stand there and drink the canteen, called it hydration formation. And they would tell us what we were doing the next day. Tomorrow we're doing hand-to-hand combat. And I was the biggest and tallest woman. And so I knew they were going to pair me with a man, right? Tomorrow we're doing hand-to-hand combat. Tomorrow we're doing rifle marksmanship. Tomorrow we're doing grenade training. Tomorrow we're doing bayonet training. Tomorrow we are rappelling down the side of a building. Tomorrow we're doing a zip line. Every day, something that you're terrified of, right? Every day, I would go to bed thinking, I can't do it. I can't do it, right? But you don't have a chance. There's no like, oh, I'm not going today, right? They keep you moving, keep you making progress. And next thing you know, you have done the thing that you are super terrified of doing, like super terrified. Rappelling down that thing, it wasn't really a building. It was like a platform that they had built. Rappelling down that platform was terrifying. But I did it. And that was an amazing lesson, right? From then on, I knew it's okay. You can be afraid. They teach you courage is not the opposite of fear. It's just the next step. That's the Army. That's what the Army taught me, right? Courage. People say, oh, you're so brave. You're so brave. You're not considered brave until you've been afraid and then did a thing. Number one, be afraid. Number two, do it. Number three, then you get called brave and courageous. That was what the Army taught me. I was in the Army. I didn't join the Army till I was 26. So that was 2000 to 2005. So that's one of my favorite traits about me, that I understand that fear is not a stop sign. Learning that lesson was a life changer, game changer. All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. You go back to work. Thank you. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that was my advice, my YouTube advice. Take time off if your YouTube channel is struggling, seriously. If you're looking at other YouTubers and you're like, they're growing, I'm not growing, do they have a point of view? Do you have a point of view? Do you have something to say? When you get on YouTube, do you have something to say? If you don't have something to say, it's probably because you don't know yet what you really think and what you really feel. Quit your job, okay? Quit your job. Try some things. Travel, rest, whatever. and develop a point of view. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Having something to say is important on YouTube, right? So sure, there are channels who grow who don't have anything to say. They just review other people's channels and stuff, or review other people's work. But seriously, I think that's my key. That's my answer. I got something to say because I have time to ponder things and come to y'all and be like, you know what, y'all? I think we're going to put an end to Black excellence. Thank you very much. You know what, y'all? I think it's time to leave the country. I think it's time to work on not citizenship. I think it's time to work on residency in a second country. Thank you. That is the result of pondering, which is the result of free time. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is a mug that I got from Target. Target and this here award are the reasons that I'm excited to be back in the United States. I wanted to be here to open up this award because I knew it was coming. It came on Friday or Saturday. I knew it was coming. So I wanted to get back here in time to open this award up. And I want to go to Target because I miss Target. I miss Target like a family member. Target, Wendy's, Wawa. This is a Target mug, and I'm going to Target as soon as we finish and just re-up on some things. So that's why I'm excited to be here. I don't feel sad about being here. And yeah, I'll be in the U.S. probably until we go to Cancun. Unless a good house sit pops up that has a good flight price. Where would you suggest going on a solo trip this summer? So, I love Portugal, Lisbon, and the beaches in the south, Faro. I would love to I'm not going to get there this summer, but I would love to get to Ireland or Scotland. So you could do that for me. Do that and show me your pictures. Costa Rica and Panama have been on sale lately. I get the Scott's Cheap Flights alerts, the newsletter. And Central America has been on sale lately. So Costa Rica and Panama also are not far. I don't know where you are in the U.S. or if you're in the U.S., Sabrina, or where. But those would be my top choices. Those are places that I would love to get to. But I don't know. I don't think that's going to be I don't know. It's possible that I'll get to Costa Rica this summer. I would really like to get back. I've been to Costa Rica. I'd love to get back. We talked to Marina, the Global Black Girl, and I would love to get down there. So those would be my top choices, I guess. They're not very far. And then the Caribbean, right? The Caribbean. I don't know what Caribbean prices do in the summertime. I assume the Caribbean is more expensive in the winter than in the summer when people have options. In the summertime, people have more options of where to travel. In the wintertime, basically, you just have the Caribbean. So I don't know what prices are like in the Caribbean either. My friend Katrina loved the Turks and Caicos. It's an expensive island, so don't act like I told you it was a cheap place, okay? It's a very expensive island, but she loved it there. She went to Grand Turk. I enjoyed Curacao, so we also can put Curacao on the list. And then we talked to Zoe in Grenada and Barbados. Yes, hello, friend in Barbados. Yes. Okay. Anyway, it'll come to me. So those also sound like good choices. So wherever. I don't mean whatever. I mean wherever you would like. The world is your oyster. We had a meetup last Saturday. If you weren't on my live stream last Saturday, you probably didn't know, but I had an impromptu meetup in Baltimore. I didn't get their permission to share the picture, so I'm not going to share the picture. Okay. But yes, it was wonderful. I stayed at the airport hotel at the Westin at the airport. And so I was like, y'all come have breakfast with me if you're in town in Baltimore. And we had, so I think it's okay to say their names because nobody had a name where you can figure out who they are. We had Alfreda, Latina, Katrina, Sabrina, and Beverly. It was so fun. So we got together, we hung out for a little over an hour, had breakfast at the buffet, and then Beverly dropped me off at the train station so I could come on home. Yeah, I was like, we got the hottest girl group. It was really fun. So maybe we'll get to do some more of that while I'm here. Yeah, it was cool. It was really fun. Katrina and I walked out of my room, and Katrina was just in the lobby. So then we turned the corner to go into the restaurant. And there they were. The first two were Beverly and Sabrina waving, hey, 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 hey. So it was really fun. It was nice to sit down and hear their stories, hear them talk about their some of them are already transitioning from work, and some of them are going back to work in the office, and hearing what's going on in their lives, and what they're planning for the long run. So it was good. It was really fun. Thank you for asking. It was a good meetup. Yes, Glamazini. Hey, Eni. This is Rajni. Caribbean is much more expensive in the winter. I thought so, right? Because in the summer, people have options, so they have to charge more reasonable rates. So that's a pro tip. Rajni's family is from the Virgin Islands, so she knows. Yeah, that's what I surmised, because I be pondering. That is a thing that I pondered. When would it be cheaper to come to the Caribbean? And I was like, probably summertime. When people have more options, they're going to charge you less. Okay. All right. I'm just scrolling through. Yes. Also, yes, hurricane season may also be a reason for the for the price difference in the summertime. But don't forget that down there, Curacao doesn't get hurricanes. I don't think Aruba does either. They're both down by Venezuela. Curacao hasn't had a hurricane in, I don't know, 150 years. I don't know. All right. I should do a meetup in Dover. I don't think there's any place fun to meet up in Dover, is there? I don't think there's a fun place to have a meetup. So the Ina, Sabrina, Katrina, Latina, they are working on something for Virginia, for the wine region. So keep your ears posted. I'll talk about when I'm not planning it. I'm not planning it. Okay. The Inas are planning it. They live in the Baltimore and DC area, and they are planning something for Virginia. So I'll I'll shout that out when they have finished planning it. Okay. I'm not planning it. I'm not planning things. Okay. Okay. I hop. Dana says a Dover meetup will have to be at IHOP. That's why we're not doing one in Dover. Don't make fun of my place. Okay. Okay, so that's it. 3:44. I got to get to Target, y'all. I got to get to Target before it starts raining, okay? So thank you very much for being part of this community. As my mom said very eloquently, there's no community without you. So thank you for being here. This is our celebration. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it, but this is our award. So congratulations to us on this and to many more. I hope that you are using this channel to live your dreams, even if your dream isn't travel and moving abroad, if it's something else. The advice is still helpful, right? I gave good advice today on fear. I know I did. That's good. That's good info. So I hope that you're still finding it helpful, even if your dream is something different. This is a channel for Black women to live their dreams. That is what we work on, right? Dropping the burdens and the struggle and picking up our dreams. So that's what we do over here, okay? So thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for taking good care of each other. As I always say, you take good care of each other in the chat, and you speak to each other with loving kindness, and me with loving kindness. So thank you for that. Pass that on to yourself. Yes, okay? Start to use some of those same words with yourself. If you find that it's been a while since you've given yourself a compliment, go ahead and give it right now. Compliment yourself on something right now. If you've complimented me or congratulated me, congratulate yourself before we go for something. Okay? Thank you. And then I'll see you again soon. So, Saturday, which I got to holler at her. So Saturday we have, I don't know if I want to tell you. We have an exciting live stream with a guest. So those of you who are moms, who are always, feeling like, listen, moms need a little extra help in this move abroad or digital nomad life. Moms need a little extra support. It's a little easier for y'all who don't have child age children, right? It's a little easier for y'all. I have a mom who has aged children, right? Who's coming in Saturday to talk about, I'll tell you, South Africa. Well, South Africa and Tanzania. She has lived with her kids in South Africa and Tanzania. It's Ashley in Africa. I'm just gonna tell you, okay? So Ashley in Africa with the K. Africa with the K. She'll be here on Saturday. And so that's what we're talking about this week. I thank you, Honeycomb. I hope that Rashida sees this. I don't think Rashida's doing something. She told me what she's doing, but I don't really remember. Listen, I'm tired. Okay. So I don't really remember. But I told her yellow is now mine. Okay. She can have blue. So thank you for that, Honeycomb. I agree. It's now my color. I've taken it. Because first I tried to share yellow with her and she was like, no, I wear yellow. And I said, you can't own a color, Rashida. And she said, no, I wear yellow. So then I was like, okay, well, we're just going to switch. Okay. I never wore blue like that, but you can take blue. I will wear yellow. Thank you. So thank you for that. I agree. I agree. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you very much for hanging out. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. And I'll see you on Saturday for the live stream with Ashley in Africa. Okay. Thanks for the congratulations, guys. I appreciate you so much. Bye.